Welcome back to the channel. This is the video we've been waiting for. Today, we are going to fire up the 2JZ 4Runner. We're gonna talk with Biddy from Hartsock Motorsports, but before we can get into that, we have to take care of some last minute touch-up items and make sure that this thing is ready to fire and it's not gonna have some sort of like catastrophic failure, which, yeah, we're kind of known for that. So hopefully we can get everything dialed first try. All right, Tanner, what do we have left to do on our side?
So we need to run the fuel lines up, plumb it into our filter and regulator up front. We need to put oil and other miscellaneous fluids in absolutely everything. And then from there, you need to do a lot of welding, like a lot. Okay, it's not a lot, but you gotta weld. He has to weld the bungs in so we have an IAT sensor for you.
I'm gonna have to weld your belt buckle to the back bumper over here.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I can run fast now.
Okay, so Tanner, you're on lines, fluids, and I will knock out the welding.
I'm Brian from Hartsock Motorsports. Is that what it's called? I'm here to put the engine harness on and to make it start. I talked about the mount that goes here, I don't know, maybe a month ago. He still didn't cut it out.
Hey, you cut it out.
Yeah, let's move that fitting, but it's gonna go pop right there.
That looks clean.
The ECU mount is gonna go right between those two vertical tabs.
ECU will be here, and then like 17 PDMs here. No, I think there's 3 PDMs here, because they're smaller in size, so you gotta use a couple of them. And I mean, if it needs to go that way, it can. It's all gonna be under the dash, you know, this.
Yeah.
And then these are a little extra long. That's where it connects to the chassis.
Okay.
You're saying only between here, or it's gonna keep coming this way?
It'll last a little bit farther past that.
Yeah. Okay. That's how my head had it planned. Oh well, I usually don't do this. I'm real big on only having the battery positive and negative on these. I don't like ganging on there. Yeah. But this is just temporary. The boot was a little short, but it turned out.
Dude, this looks nice.
Yeah.
Give us a little.
What? I wonder if that would work in there. It's like the same size. This is a bulkhead for the battery cables. It'll go from the alternator and starter, then to the firewall, and it's got a nice click, and it swivels. Pretty cool. And they have a funny name because they're called Radlocks. This one's good to 250 amps. All the math we did, this thing's gonna maybe be 400 amps with all the lights on.
I think Dan will make this a 300 amp alternator or what?
No, we would just go to DC power. With Dan's self-exciting, it's super cool, but the DC power ones need an alternator light or like a resistor. Yeah. So at least the wires are ran.
Good.
And then that's why this is the bigger one, because then if we're really doing that, we'd probably go up to 1 aught. Where this is.
Yeah.
Like we'll cut this nipple off.
Okay.
And then blast the hole through there, and this will be like underneath the auto sport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of offset, but it's a good spot. Oh, dude, that's it. So now, maybe, oh, dude, I really hope we'll make it fit in there. That's like inside that flange. It's like I knew it was gonna do that. All right. So you see how it's really dark. It's like fitting into that space.
Yeah.
And then rotate it till it touches like that.
Okay.
I just want to see what it can get. Oh, it's gonna be good. Yeah, right there. That's how you install it, right? You just use, that's the internet thing, you drop it on it, and then it runs.
All right, the 4Runner cranks over. We know we have power where power needs to go. Inside is kind of a makeshift wiring harness to get everything connected up. Today's the day. We are going to try to fire the 4Runner. Tanner told Biddy it should be done in less than an hour, and clock starts now.
All right, so for fuel lines, we have everything ran from the QSST up to that motor. What I need to do is I actually need to splice in so I can add in the fuel filter, the fuel pressure regulator, and then get up to the actual fuel rail so we can pressurize the system, and then the return line back to the QSST. So it shouldn't take too long. I only have to add in a few fittings and one small chunk of hose. So as long as I don't mess anything up with our nice cutters, then it should be nice and smooth, and we should be ready to fire in about an hour.
That's a lot of talking and not a lot of working.
And
You have
it's-
less than an hour.
And as long as Nate doesn't get in my way filling up the transmission, which I feel like he's about to do exactly what I need him not to do,
I'm gonna do it right now.
which is be exactly where I need to be.
Hey, that's where I am.
We're just having some friendship time down under here, you know, just talking about things. He's really gassing up the conversation. I'm keeping the conversation lubricated.
Air and content sensor are gonna live.
Yep.
If you mount those, then I will get the other lines started.
Okay.
And then that should be,
I'm gonna fill this thing.
yeah.
You want it. So, what are you hoping to do this thing?
It rotates, so however it needs to fit onto the content sensor. We're making our last hard line, well, PTFE line, before we button up his fuel system, so that Brian can fire the truck up, because apparently we booked this in like 2022 or something, and now it's 2024. I don't know. No, this isn't where everything's gonna live, but we're very anxious to start this thing, so we're gonna have to go through and do some nice detailed adjustments.
Basically what he's saying is that we are trying to get it ready to start so that we can make sure it runs. And then once we know it runs, then we can all sleep peaceful at night and finish up the rest of the truck while Biddy goes and does whatever he wants to do somewhere else. But while we have Biddy here, we want to make sure it runs. If it doesn't run, then we're just going to blame it all on him.
Yep.
But once he leaves, then it's all on us. To be clear, he did very, very, very good work on a harness, but no work on the motor. That was all us. So if something's wrong, it's our fault, no matter what.
Including the artwork.
But at least he's here to ask questions.
Got it?
Yeah. Or I'll be wearing it.
We're putting gas in it. Woo! Why is no one else excited?
Yeah.
Because
we're grunting back here.
Because I have no clamps on it, and I'm spilling fuel everywhere.
I can't express excitement when I'm grunting, double hernia grunt.
Woo!
There we go.
All right. Okay.
All right, we'll see how much this fuel lasts. Ready? Ready? Yeah.
Lift pump? Oh, okay.
We got fuel coming out. Hold on. Since the last one was leaking, I made sure to get a really tight fit down here at the bottom. Make sure everything was seated properly. Good, clean cut. Hopefully this one doesn't leak. I don't want to be bathing in gasoline again.
Do you want to yank out the old one here?
All right.
The old line.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were trying to pass to me already.
Nope.
Should be, if these fuel lines don't leak, we're ready to start the truck. The last thing that I had to do is, if you notice something's missing, I had to remove the radiator. Because we needed to pull the power steering belt off because we don't have any of that checked yet. And so we're trying to handle one project at a time. Number one, get it started. Number two, the rest of the truck. Hold on. Nope.
Yeah, squirt it all over the intermittent.
All right.
Let's see the leaks. Or where it leaks next.
Okay. So, right when we went to prime the system to check for pressure, we got a little bit of pressure in the system. Brian called it out. He's like, something popped. We lost all fuel pressure. So what it was, inside the surge tank, actually one of the lines popped off. So the clamp just gave out. So these little Ottinger clamps. So it was just backfeeding right back into the tank. So good ear, Brian. But yeah, we'll just pop this back on with a worm drive clamp and should be ready to go again.
So basically, it's not supposed to do that.
Exactly. But if this was any other system, then it would take us probably like 45 minutes to get to this point.
Yeah.
This took us all of 3-4 minutes. And that's with hand tools and not being in a rush. Put this back on, do another pressure test, and then, Nate, you ready?
And fix another leak.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to be fixing another leak. But after we fix that leak, then sure. Yeah, we're probably ready to work.
Everything he learned. There for me.
It's true.
I'm proud of this man.
Yep. As it started.
He's grown up to be a fine mechanic.
Definitely not. All right, we've got pretty much everything buttoned up. Checked the fuel system, found a few leaks, got those sorted out. Took care of something with the QSST. Easy to service. Biddy's been working on this thing all day, tirelessly. He is in there. You can see him yawning. Probably can't because there's a glare. But we are excited to be able to finally give this thing a go. We're gonna try to start it tonight. Hopefully everything goes well. I mean, you guys can just skip forward, but we can't. I think I'm shaking a little bit, and it's been 2 years. See this thing fire up. That's a starting 2JZ. Hey! Dude. Oh, it does. Yeah, we got all the fun stuff in this thing. Dude, I'm so excited. This thing started. I mean, when it starts, that means that it can technically, we could probably dyno it. And I mean, that means that it's legitimately entirely on me to finish the truck and make sure that we get everything else done so that it's drivable. Well, there you have it. The 2JZ fires up and it sounds angry. I am very inspired to get back into this thing and get all of the little things buttoned up so we can actually drive it right out that front door. But there is some work that needs to be done, namely making a lot of the finished parts look good. Obviously you can see around the truck it's pretty rough. The next couple of steps on this truck are to get all of the little things buttoned up, get the chassis harness in, and get this thing ready to rip. If you want to see this thing come together, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you think this thing's gonna sound like, maybe what kind of power you think it's gonna make on the dyno, and make sure you subscribe with notifications on so that you can see what this thing has in store for us next. So I'll see you guys next time.